Mr. DeBoy?
Morning, Your Honor. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Very well.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's go on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan. Oh, no, wait, we don't have an attorney for, oh, we can just swear on. The state of Michigan versus Zachary White, 232156. And Detective Sergeant, your name for the record, please.
Your Honor, Detective Sergeant Ken Grote.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear for the testimony about to give this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And you may proceed on the warrant.
Saturday, September 30th, 2023, approximately 17:52 hours, Wyandotte officers were dispatched to 3447 16th Street in the city of Wyandotte. The caller, Taryn White, stated her ex-boyfriend or ex-husband pulled a knife on her and her sister-in-law and made threats to kill her. Officers arrived and spoke with Taryn, who stated her ex-husband, Mr. Zachary White, was sitting next door to her sister-in-law's house, blaring music. When she exited the house with her sister-in-law, Samantha exited the house. Mr. White exited his vehicle and brandished a large knife from his waistband and started waving it walking up the driveway towards them. Tara stated Zach was yelling at her and waving the knife in the air. Tara told officers that Zach White has texted her threats that he was going to kill her, and she is in fear that she is going to be harmed. Tara stated she was married to Zach for 6 years. They divorced. The divorce was final in February of this year, and they have 2 children together. Taryn stated that Zach has a drinking problem and makes threats to harm her when he is drunk. Tara showed officers and emailed copies of text messages from Zach to her, where Zach is threatening to kill her and put her under the ground. Officers spoke with Samantha, who stated the same as Tara, and she also stated Zach White pulled a large knife from the waistband and yelling at Tara and the kids while waving it in the air. Officer spoke with Jeremiah, who is Zach's brother, who is Samantha's husband, and he stated he heard the loud music, walked to the front of his house, and he saw his brother Zach exit the vehicle, approach Samantha and Tara and the kids, pulled a large knife from his waistband, holding it in the air and yelling he was going to end her and put her under the ground. Officer Barwig and Sadowski located Zachary at his residence and arrested him. They were not able to enter the house to recover the knife. Zachary was given a preliminary breath test at the police station with a result of 0.15 blood alcohol content. The text message Tara sent to the police department from Zach stated he is going to kill her. He is out for blood. He will kill her new boyfriend. She does not know what he's capable of. He will pistol whip the fuck out of her face. And if he decides to let her live, and he told her he could run, she could run, but she couldn't hide. But that won't save her life. He does have a prior domestic conviction out of Wyandotte, May 31st of 2022. It looks like the arrest was 12/30 of 20.
All right, thank you. All right. I thought the name was familiar. Upon examination completing what if the finding the offense is charged or committed, there's probable cause to believe the defendant committed those offenses. And so, Detective Sergeant, I'm just waiting for counsel to jump in here, and then we can complete the arraignment. Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, we're going to go back on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Zachary White, 232156. And appearance, counsel.
Good morning, Judge. Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Zachary Wick.
Okay. And Mr. Wick, your name, please.
Zachary Wake.
Okay. And counsel,
At this time, Judge, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading. Sir, you do have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you've had an opportunity to speak with an attorney today, correct?
Correct.
Mr. White? Okay. All right, and I'm going to sign the order for court appointed attorney once you have it filled out. But never mind, it is filled out, it's right in front of me. All right, I have signed that. And sir, you also understand you have the right to be presumed innocent to proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And the court is entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf, scheduling this matter for probable cause conference for October 12th at 9:10 a.m. And Mr. Westmoreland asked to bond.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like you to know that my client lives in Wyandotte. He is gainfully employed full-time at AJN Packaging in Taylor. He's not currently on probation or parole. He has no pending matters at this time, no history of absconding from any honorable court. And after speaking with him at length this morning, he did assure me that he would be appearing at all future court dates. I did ask him if tested today, if he would test positive or negative for any drugs or alcohol not prescribed. And he did indicate to me that he would test negative for all drugs and alcohol. He does have one prescription that he would test positive for, but he does take that as prescribed. Taking that all into account, Judge, I would just simply ask for a low bond on behalf of my client.
All right, thank you. And Detective Sergeant Grote, your name again, please, for the record.
Sergeant Ken Grote.
All right, thank you. And as to bond detective.
Your Honor, with the threatening text messages, the showing up at the house with the large knife, the prior domestic, we believe Mr. White is probably a threat. 75,000, 10% with an alcohol tether and no contact with the victims.
Mr. White, who do you live with?
I just live alone.
Do you and your ex-wife have any children in common?
We do.
And how old are those children?
They're about to be 12, 7, and 2.
And where do they reside?
My eldest stays with my brother, and my other 2 stay with their mom. Due to past arguments, we did arrange a third party to meet with the kids, so that way we have visitations with the kids still through a third party. So, just so me and my ex wouldn't have any arguments.
And were the children at the home? On the date of this alleged offense?
They weren't. No, they were not at my house.
Were they at your ex-wife's house?
It was at my nephew's birthday party. The kids were not present during the incident.
Your Honor, our report reads that she was putting the kids in the car when this took place.
And does Mr. White's ex-wife, she resides at the home where the incident is alleged to have occurred, correct?
No, Your Honor, she lives in Monroe.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confusing myself. Sir, do you have any weapons at your home?
I do not. No guns, no knives.
And Sergeant Grote, who was the named victim in the domestic violence matter?
In this case, Your Honor, it is his ex-wife and then his sister-in-law.
All right, thank you. No, I'm sorry, the previous one, the one from 22.
I'm not sure. I couldn't pull that report up. It was in the old system.
Oh, okay. Mr. White, who was the named victim in that matter? Was it
From the last one? No, that would have been my sister-in-law. Yeah,
is that yes?
yes,
Okay. Based upon the allegations in this complaint. Well, hold on. Sir, July of 22 in Southgate. Who was the named victim in that matter?
oh, that would have been my brother.
Will that be Samantha's husband?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will note that the defendant has two prior assaultive incidents. Based on the nature of the charges in this matter, as well as what seems to be police contact with his own brother, his brother's wife, who is named as a victim in this matter as well. And based upon the threatening nature of the charges and the allegations therein, the court is going to indicate a $100,000 10% bond. In the event you post bond, sir, here are your bond conditions. Please listen carefully. If you do not understand something or you need me to repeat myself, please ask. You are not to have any contact with the complaining witnesses. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. Is that understood, sir?
Correct, understood.
All right. Is there currently a parenting time order?
I'm sorry?
Is there currently a parenting time order?
I'm supposed to have them on weekends. I've been working on weekends. So it's just kind of hearsay right now.
Sir, here's what I'm trying to find out. When is the last time that you had parenting time with your children?
I couldn't tell you, a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to make any exception for you to effectuate any parenting time with the children at this point. I'm not going to negate a judgment or a court order from the Third Circuit Court or the First Circuit Court, whichever county your judgment divorce was finalized in. However, you cannot have contact with Ms. not even to effectuate any parenting time. I have some serious concerns for the safety of a lot of your family members. And so I'm not going to permit you any contact to effectuate parenting time. You haven't exercised parenting time in the last couple of weeks, so it's going to also not occur this weekend. You're not to enter the premises at the home on 16th, nor at the victim's home in Monroe. Which Detective Sergeant Grote, if you have the address for that, if you can please provide that to Ms. Shaw in probation. We still have Ms. We just need to be able to have that to enter into the lien. You're not to purchase or possess any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. You're not to have any access to any firearms or any possession of any firearms and or any other weapons or ammunition. You're required to obtain a GPS tether. So you will have a restricted area. If you enter that area, you will be arrested. There will be a zone, an exclusion zone. Any questions?
Your Honor, what about the alcohol tether? It appears she has some issues with alcohol.
Alcohol tether also.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
I just have a question. Is this state charges, Your Honor, or is
Yes.
it city? Okay, just because if it was city. I
Okay,
was-
please put your appearance on the record, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Billy Joe Taylor, P number 82278. Just wanted to verify these are state charges in that city. The defendant in this matter was my client through the family court case.
Oh, okay, well, so, Mr. White, your attorney on your, is it Third Circuit Court?
It's first circuit.
First Circuit in Monroe, okay,
Your Honor.
is present in court, and that's because she's the prosecuting attorney for the city of Wyandotte, and she happens to be here. So, she placed her appearance on the record, and this is a state case, so I don't find that there's any conflict, in this matter. Mr. Westmoreland, would you agree with that or disagree with that?
I agree, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
all right, thank you. Okay, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Michelle, you know what that reminds me of? My grandmother. She would always spray Lysol. And so I would be sitting on the couch. So she would spray, and then after she sprayed, she would say, "Cover your eyes." And
One time, when the COVID was happening, me and my best friend went on a trip.
Mhm.
And we went, I can't remember what it was for, but we shared a room. She had her own bed. We had separate beds and everything, but she sprayed her bed so much. Like, I couldn't even sleep in there. I was like, I have to go get another room. It was horrible.
But see, that is why, the only person that I really share a room with when I'm traveling with different people, just my mom.
Just your mom.
Everybody else, they're like, "Stephanie, you want to share?" No,
No.
thank you. Enrique Mendez, did you take the stairs?
The stairs.
They say make the healthy choice, take the stairs. I tried.
It's a faster choice, Judge. If I stand there waiting for the elevator, and I'm impatient.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 2532, State of Texas versus Eric Mendez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, the state of Texas.
Defense?
John Pettis for defense.
Are you Mr. Mendez?
Enrique Mendez, yes.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery?
I have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Mendez, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you're charged with indecency, child exposure? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there is no fine. State recommends deferred adjudication and there's to be Chapter 62 registration. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 6 years and there be no contact with minors. Did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
No
Any
objection, Judge.
objections? All right, and state, have the complainants been made aware?
Your Honor, we made attempts, looks like on September 28th, we spoke to the victim's mom. The victim is now 18 years old and she is lost back.
All right, thank you. Travis.
Yes.
Mr. Mendez, and you may be excused to confer. Mr. Mendez, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client understands what he did. He, after having lengthy conversations about this situation, he is, in his words, shamed himself, his family. Family members have turned their backs on him. He is feeling the full force of the ramifications of his actions. He feels horrible about them. He has learned from this issue and takes full responsibility for it.
All right, Mr. Mendez, why are you exposing yourself? Do you know? Sometimes people don't know.
It was like an impulse, it's just like, I don't know what to say.
So what have you been doing to help yourself not engage in this?
I've been going to church more often. I've been praying every day. I've been praying the rosary every day. I've been asking God for help, so that I don't do this again, because it's just devastated my whole life. It's just I've lost my job, my friends, some family members.
Oh, you need to slow down and speak up so the court reporter can hear.
Yeah. Like I say, I lost, some family members, that they don't want to talk to me, and I brought so much shame on myself. I felt like I felt worthless. The only thing that it makes me strong and I'm here is because I've been praying so much. I've been praying every day, and
So are you? I know if I follow this agreement, you will have treatment through probation.
Yes.
And they'll be able to address why you're exposing yourself.
Yes.
State, I don't know about this, the no contact with minors. My only issue is, for example, you all know in the hallway outside, there are people with children because people tend to bring their children to court. So that's I'm sorry, Brittany Mitchell. No. It's, I had excused Travis. But so it's Brittany Mitchell for the sake. So I just don't understand how we can enforce the rule of no contact with minors because they're everywhere. They're in the hallway. And if I were to grant this and put no contact with minors and he's outside in the hallway, then he's violating conditions. I could say that.
No unsupervised visitation. No unsupervised.
If we do a no unsupervised contact with minors, what that will mean is, for example, if he's at the HEB, there has to be adults in the HEB, and I'm thinking there will be adults in the HEB.
That's fine, Your Honor,
We're
unsupervised.
amicable to that, Judge, obviously.
right. I will
Set
then-
him up for failure.
We will do no unsupervised contact with minors, and he's not to attend any establishments whose sole purpose is the attraction of minors.
Right.
For example, you have the places downtown, the Children's Museum, the Museum.
Of course.
You're not allowed to do anything of that nature.
Okay.
But if you're at the HEB, you're at the HEB. People got to have groceries. If you're at the Walmart, you're at the Walmart. But there cannot be any unsupervised contact with minors. So let me just tell you the way I see that going. If you're at Walmart or at a store, sometimes people in San Antonio do this. I don't know why they do it, where they will let their child wander off. And then I'm at the store, so worried about the children, I'm following the child around, trying to make sure they get back to their parents. If you see something of that nature, you are to get off that aisle. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you see a child ran away from their parent, they're on the children's aisle at the toy section. You can tell a salesperson, hey, I just saw a child run around unsupervised, but you are not to go on that aisle. You are not to try to help that child find their parent. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right. And state, does that satisfy your request for no contact with minors?
It does, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. So are you employed?
Yes, right now.
What do you do? I don't need to know the location. Just what do you do?
I'm doing window tint.
Okay. All right.
And in a shop, we work with 6 guys, so everybody's
Okay.
men.
All right. This is what I'm going to do. There's going to be a $0 fine, 6 years deferred adjudication, Chapter 62 registration. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. The defendant is not allowed to go to any establishment whose sole purpose is to attract children. There's to be regular reporting to probation, regular UAs. There's going to be the sex offender unit. And probation, I'm sure with the sex offender unit, they'll do the field visits. And so there's no need for me to request field visits. All right. Is there anything else he needs, probation?
No, Your Honor.
Uh,
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
I just want to thank you for, everything you guys are doing for me, because this is gonna let me continue working, and just providing for my family. And I just want to thank you.
Judge, I just want to point this out. My client right now is living in San Antonio. He does have a residence that he does intend on moving to in Natalia, Texas, but he will still keep working. And his intention is to report in San Antonio, and his intention is to still report here in San Antonio. I just want to bring that to the court's attention.
All
I'm
right.
not sure if that changes anything because he's living in a different area.
You'll
than-
need to speak with probation. There probably is going to be an issue with that. So you're going to need to make sure that if you're going to live in Bear County, you're going to live in Bear County. If you're not going to live in Bear County, then your probation will have to be transferred depending on where you are. But probation, if you can let them know he has 2 residences.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And also there's to be proof of employment within 30 days and no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Yes, 30 days. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, I do.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Mendez, good luck to you. Whatever the issue is, we're off the record. Whatever the issue is that you have, they'll be able to address it through the classes that they give you. They will let you see a psychiatrist and everything. In this courtroom, communication is key. So make sure you stay on top of everything. Make sure you are registered, because otherwise a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe
Yes.
and just to let you know, as one of those kids that was running around HEB without supervision, it's not the parents' fault. That sometimes they're looking. At
No,
something
it's,
and run
you
away.
know what? See, you're saying that because you have children now. Do you know, I was at the mall and there was this 4-year-old just running around. I think this is another reason why I don't like shopping. So the 4-year-old is by themselves. So what do? I start following the 4-year-old, trying to see if they're going to get back to their parent. And then I have to call the salesperson. I'm saying, there's this 4-year-old, I don't know where their parent is. And so finally the parent comes blaming the 4-year-old. I said, no, you were lost. Your child was not lost. And by the way, because the salesperson's like, here you go. I'm like, no, you better show me a photograph in your wallet with you and this child, something.
I have a even worse story. I went on a cruise and there was like the kid pool area, and there was this little girl, she was maybe like 4, and she was just clinging on to me the whole time in the pool. I was like, where are you?
Where are your parents? Oh, yes. Yes.
No contact order. Victim or anything.
Yeah, we'll do no contact with the complainant, but my understanding, the complainant is now 18. But I'll do no contact with the complainant as well.
We don't have any objection to that.
All right, thank you.